All right, let's just get right into it. If you're watching this, you're probably the person with massive goals, but like zero energy to actually do them. You want that A plus, you want the dream school, you want the big money, but honestly, you'd rather just chill. We're gonna fix that. You know the vibe. You sit down at your desk, you're like, okay, time to grind. You open your book, and then you open your phone for just a second. Next thing you know, it's been 3 hours, you've learned a new dance, seen a million memes, and that textbook? Yeah, it's still sitting there looking at you. Okay, here is the absolute truth, and I need you to hear this. You're not stupid, you are not lazy, your brain is just running a super simple program. Avoid hard stuff, find easy fun. And right now, your brain is getting totally played by apps that are, let's be real, way more fun than organic chemistry. But here's the good news, the best news, actually. You can totally hack your own brain. You can hijack that system and make it work for you instead of against you. This isn't about some magical motivation boost. It's about using a few sneaky psychological tricks to get stuff done, even when you feel like doing absolutely nothing. So, first things first, we gotta understand the enemy. And the enemy, it isn't you. It's this one little chemical in your brain that's pretty much controlling your entire life. Once you get how it works, you can flip the script and use it to your advantage. Let's talk about dopamine. You've probably heard of it. It's that feel-good chemical that hits your brain when you do something you like. Neuroscientists say your brain is basically a dopamine junkie. It's always looking for the next hit, like a heat-seeking missile locked onto whatever feels good and easy. And this is the whole problem right here. Look at this. Social media, that's an all-you-can-eat dopamine buffet. Every single swipe gives you a tiny little hit. It's instant, it takes zero effort, and it's always something new. Now look at studying. The dopamine payoff is like way in the future, maybe on test day. It takes a ton of effort, and it can feel super repetitive. Your brain just does the math and picks the easy win every single time. So the big takeaway here is this. Your brain isn't broken. It's working perfectly. It's just been hijacked by stuff that's scientifically engineered to be way more rewarding than homework. Our mission, then, is to steal back the controls and aim that dopamine missile at our actual goals. So how do we do that? How do we fight back against the TikToks of the world? We start small. We start with a couple of mind hacks that are so easy, they're basically cheat codes for your brain. They're designed to get you past that giant wall of, I really don't want to. First up, we're going to use something called the Zeigarnik effect. It's just a fancy name for a glitch in your brain's operating system. See, your brain absolutely hates having an open loop, an unfinished task. It's like having a notification you can't swipe away. It'll just keep bugging you until you finish it. And we can totally use this to our advantage. No, seriously, that's the whole trick. Just open the book to the right page, read one sentence, then shut it and walk away. You're not studying, you're just opening a loop. And what happens is your brain will get so annoyed by that unfinished thought that it'll start nagging you to go back. Before you know it, you're reading the rest of the paragraph, then the page, and boom, you're studying. Okay, here's another one. The 2-minute rule. You just promise yourself you'll do the task, but only for 2 minutes. That's it. Anyone can do something for 120 seconds, right? It's so small and non-threatening that your brain can't even come up with a good excuse not to. And the magic is, once those 2 minutes are up, you've already done the absolute hardest part of any task, just getting started. All right, so you've used the hacks to trick yourself into starting. Now it's time to open up the vault. What we're about to go through is the God-tier toolkit. These are the best of the best techniques, pulled from neuroscientists and peak performers, that will turn you from someone who just crams and hopes for the best into an actual, legit learning machine. First up, let's talk about getting perfect recall. That means getting information into your brain and making sure it stays there. The big three here are spaced repetition, active recall, and mnemonics. These are non-negotiable if you want to stop forgetting everything after the test. Let's be real, cramming is a complete scam. We all do it, but we also know it doesn't work. You pull it all-nighter, feel miserable, and then forget 99% of it a week later. Spaced repetition is the exact opposite. It's the smart, lazy way. You do multiple, super short reviews over a long period of time. Apps like Anki or Quizlet do this for you automatically. It feels easier, and the info actually sticks in your long-term memory. And listen up, because this one is crucial. Just reading your notes over and over is one of the worst ways to study. It's totally passive. Active recall is about closing the book and forcing your brain to pull the information out from memory. It's like a workout. Rereading is like watching someone else lift weights. Active recall is you actually doing the reps. It's harder, yeah, but it's what actually builds the muscle. Okay, so you've got stuff memorized, that's great. But what about actually understanding it? This is the next level. For this, we're going to use the Feynman technique to find out what you don't know, chunking to break down huge topics, and mind mapping to see how all the little pieces connect. The Feynman technique is pure genius. Pick any concept you're studying. Now, pretend you have to explain it to a 5-year-old using only super simple words. The second you get stuck or have to use a complicated term, bam, you just found a gap in your own understanding. It's like a secret diagnostic tool for your brain. Cool. So we have the techniques to remember and understand, but that's all useless if you just get distracted after 5 minutes. So this final part of the toolkit is all about mastering your time and focus, especially for those of us with the attention span of a goldfish. The Pomodoro technique is a total game changer. It's simple. You set a timer for 25 minutes and go into complete laser focus mode. No phone, no distractions. Then, when the timer goes off, you get a 5-minute break. And yeah, you can go on TikTok for that break. You do a few of these cycles, then take a longer break. It turns a giant, scary study session into a series of small, easy sprints. Now, this next one is going to feel a little weird, but trust me, the science on this is solid. It's called interleaving. Instead of studying one subject for 3 hours straight, which is called block studying, you mix it up. Do 30 minutes of math, then 30 minutes of history, then 30 minutes of chemistry. It forces your brain to constantly switch gears and pull up different info, which actually builds stronger, more flexible connections. Okay, we've gone over all the tactics, all the hacks, the entire toolkit. But the last piece of this puzzle, the thing that ties it all together, it's not a technique. It's about deciding who you're going to be. See, lazy isn't who you are. It's just a set of habits. And you can break those habits starting right now. You have to change the story you tell yourself. Stop saying, I'm so lazy, or I'll do it tomorrow. You need to start telling yourself who you are now. You literally say this to yourself. I'm the kind of person who studies smart. Or even better, I'm the kind of maniac who shows up no matter what. Start acting like the person you want to become, and your brain will eventually get the memo and fall in line. So, that's everything. You now have the complete playbook. You know how your brain works, you have the cheat codes to get started, and you have the God-tier toolkit to learn anything efficiently. The science is there, the tools are yours. So the only question left is, who are you going to be?